you say it's tough to do, but it is the best approach. But that requires you to be open and honest. That's very difficult. I mean, there's a real difference between Western culture and Eastern culture. In Eastern culture, you are not direct. Right? You want to, the answer is here, but to get there, you want to go all the way over. You know, foreigners, they want to go there. Their bottom line. And what happens that gets in the way with one of the differences, I mean, what's the difference between Eastern and Western culture and negotiations? Forget about the 5 broad categories. How is it different? Can you think of why it might be different? Why it's different? Why the Chinese, as an example, it's not just Chinese, by the way, but why Chinese negotiate differently than an American? First of all, do you agree that there is a difference?
Yes.
Yeah, there is a difference, for sure. What is the difference?
Background, idea, background, culture.
Yeah, culture. So what makes that? So now you have to look at what the culture is, and the Chinese culture is different culture than
Chinese people will make a contract often. 就是 have a dinner, drink her wine.
When you do business in China, you have to have dinner, you have to have lots of drinking, you must go to KTV.
Maybe dinner song make a contract. Maybe.
Yeah, it's a longer process, there's a lot of socialization in it, it's not just business. You know, you
but
cannot
the American business is direct, it's often direct.
Yes, much more direct.
Yeah.
And of course, because you have such a social aspect in negotiating for the Chinese culture, what does that open the door to? That opens the door to relationship contractual negotiations. Chinese are very concerned about friendships, family, guangxi. So that impacts how you negotiate and who you negotiate with.
And one more important thing, the face,
the face.
The face.
Yeah. I always ask nobody has answered this question that's Chinese to me yet, because everyone says, I asked them, why didn't you answer? Why didn't you? Oh, well, I didn't want to lose face. I said, okay, just tell me, if you lose face, where does it go? They can never tell me. So, but yes, and losing face is all tied in with that guangxi and relationship and all that kind of thing. So that makes a big difference, and many foreigners have made that mistake. They don't recognize the concept of losing face and the value and the impact that has. Because foreigners tend to want to negotiate openly and work out a solution. They tend to want to come, I mean, there's some that are stupid. They want to do the competitive win-lose approach. And some want to look at compromisers. Most now, you don't find many foreigners. You find this is the most common negotiating tactic when dealing with Chinese. The majority fall in here. At least from my experience and from my reading. But, I mean, that will change also.
Yes.
There's no question. And I tell all my students that